Dear 12th standard students, Vanakkam. I hope you are all fine and doing well with all the subject homework and study works. I am very satisfied about your last week homework performance. Many of you have written very neatly and very legibly. Very sincerely have written. Very good trouble and keep it up. But some of you, I don't want to mention your names. You are the responsible for your rise and fall, high and low marks. What you sow, that you reap. That's what I want to say. Let us continue our coordination chemistry part 2. The first thing today we are going to see is crystal field theory. The next, metal carbonides and the stability of metal complexes and importance of applications of coordination complexes. Coming to the crystal field theory, last week we have seen Werner's coordination theory and valence bond theory. Even though the theories explain many properties of the coordination compounds, it does not explain the color and magnetic property. So that only the crystal field theory is put forward. It explains many things clearly.
The crystal field theory was proposed by Hans Bethe and Van Vleck. This theory gives much more satisfactory explanation for the bonding and the properties of complexes than the valence bond theory. The crystal field theory is based on certain assumptions. The interaction between the metal ion and the ligand is purely electrostatic. The metal-ligand bond are 100% ionic in nature, and negative ligands are treated as point charges. Neutral ligands are dipoles. Thus, the bonding in the complex may be an ion-ion interaction or an ion-dipole interaction. The 5 d orbitals in an isolated gaseous metal atom or ion are degenerate. They all have the same energy. However, when the ligands approach the metal ion to form a complex, the electrons in the d orbital of the metal ion will be repelled by the negative charges or lone pair of the ligands. Due to the repulsion between the like charges, as a result, the energy of d orbitals increases and the degeneracy of the d orbitals is lifted. It results in the splitting of d orbitals. The pattern of splitting of d orbitals depends on arrangement around the central metal ion. Let's look up the theory of crystal field to octahedral complexes. In octahedral complexes, the central metal ion is at the center of the octahedral and the 6 ligands lie at the 6 corner of the octahedral along the 3 axes X, Y and Z and shown here. The approach of the ligands towards the central metal ion is considered into a 2-step process. The first step, it is assumed that the ligands approach the metal ion directly, that is at the same distance from each d orbital. At this stage, the energy of all d orbitals is raised by the same amount, that is, the 5 d orbitals will still remain degenerate. The average energy of the d orbitals at this stage is taken as 0, is called Barry's center. However, out of 5 d orbitals, 2 orbitals, that is the dx square, y square and dz squared orbitals are collectively known as Eg set of orbitals. Thus, the Eg set of orbitals will experience more repulsion than the remaining 3d orbitals. That is, the dxy, the dxz and the dyz orbitals which lie in between the axes. These 3 orbitals are collectively known as T2g set of orbitals. Consequently, the energy of Eg set of orbital increases while that of T2g set decreases related to the average energy in the spherical crystal field. Thus, under the influence of lecons, the degeneration of 5d orbitals of metal ion is last. They are split into two groups of different energies. This split up is known as crystal field splitting. The extent of splitting in energy is represented by the symbol delta O. The subscript indicates octahedral geometry. Due to the splitting, the energy of two T2G orbitals will increase by 3 by 5th of delta O, while T2G 2 by 5th of delta O. The magnitude of crystal field splitting depends upon the field strength of the lecon and charge of the metal ion. Lecons that cause only a small degree of crystal field splitting are weak lecon fields, while lecons that cause large degree of splitting are called strong field lecons. In general, the common lecons can be arranged in ascending order of field strength as shown here. This order of lecons remain practically constant for different metals and the series is known as spectrochemical series. It is an experimentally determined series based on the absorption of light by the complexes with different lecons. Now let us assign electrons in the d orbital of metal ion with d4 configuration in the octahedral coordination entity. Obviously, the first and third electron occupy the lower energy T2G orbitals in according to the Horn's rule. However, for the fourth electron, there are two possibilities. The first possibility is that it may enter the T2G orbital and pair up with an existing electron there. The other possibility is that it may enter the higher energy orbitals. The exact path followed by the electron depends on the related magnitude of the crystal field splitting delta O and the energy required for electron pairing in the single orbital. That is the pairing energy P. If the CFSC is less than pairing energy, then the fourth electron enters one of the higher energy Eg orbital, giving the configuration T2G3 Eg1. Lecons for which the CFSC is less than pairing energy is known as weak field lecons. The complexes formed with these lecons would be high spin complexes. If the crystal field stabilization energy is greater than pairing energy, then the fourth electron enter the T2G orbital and pair ups with one of the electrons, giving the configuration T2G4 and Eg0. Lecons for which the crystal field splitting energy is higher than the pairing energy are known as strong field lecons. The complexes formed with these lecons would be the low spin complexes. Now let us look at the crystal field splitting in tetrahedral complexes. The approach of lecons in tetrahedral is shown in figure. You can observe from the figure that the lecons interact more with the T2G set of orbitals than the Eg set orbitals lying between the axes. This is because the orbitals oriented along the direction of approach of the lecons. Thus, in tetrahedral splitting, the T2G orbitals are of higher energy and the Eg is a lower energy. You can see the lecons that the d orbital splitting in tetrahedral geometry is exactly reverse of octahedral splitting. The crystal field splitting in tetrahedral is denoted by delta T is smaller than that of octahedral complexes. The difference in the energy can be represented as by delta T is equal to 4 by 9 delta O, the octahedral splitting. Thus, the splitting energy is not large enough to force the electron to get paired up. Thus, low spin configurations are rarely